Let's play a little game of show and tell. This is our trusty WTOC Jeep. Ice all over it. I'm not sure if you guys can hear that. All over the windshield. We are right up on this boat. As you can see, it's right here. The parent that I talked to said that they labeled this meeting, the students did, the fat meeting. This was the talk, so to speak, of the beach and the view, if you will, of the beach. Now she's saying she lied. She wasn't at the daycare. All of the walls in this warehouse are gone. They've all collapsed, saying that they've increased security out here. Thank you so much. See, everyone out here is having so much fun and they feel safe. They say what happened to Hills, he didn't deserve, and justice will prevail in the end.
How in the world they get hundreds of dollars to buy phones?
I don't know. I'm guessing they throw it over the fence in those packages. I couldn't tell you, but I wish I had it. And some of them say they did get a call, but others say they didn't know. Some of them found out using Facebook. You know what? They said because the money was missing, they told each resident that said they paid their rent here to the guest house. They told them that they could all stay here 1 week free of rent.
Jonathan, you're the only reporter out there. What's going on right now?
Yeah, Mike, we're on a Sea-Tow boat. They brought us out here. I'm going to step out the way so you can see they just reconnected the tow line. If you don't have our WTOC weather app, you want to go to the app and download that. It's very helpful. I've been using it all morning. Jasper County is very prepared for this weather. Take a look. There's salt back there. They had about 50 tons of salt delivered this morning. And he said he expected it in December. When they did, it was fine. But as you can see here, the inside of it's rotten. He said they wouldn't have been able to tell that because they would have to cut the tree open. Now, she says that truck, that semi-truck, was traveling the eastbound lane here on Buck Island Road when it went airborne and hit a car, and this weather is making it very difficult for folks out here to enjoy their vacation. It's all because of this. Trees falling down on the power lines. I want to get behind the camera real quick so I guys can show you. You're looking at again, this side of the Escapade, and you can see some of the damage that the tugboat did by trying to push it. And again, I'm going to say this live on air. We're streaming. I'm going to be in this race next year. Mike and Don, back to you guys. The daycare has taken steps to make sure nothing like this happens again. But the sheriff's office and social services are still investigating this. 13-week-old Mackenzie Wright is smiling. She's happy. Her face is back to normal. But a few weeks ago, this is what it looked like. Her parents, Sharina and Michael, say these less than angelic bruises came from Touched by an Angel daycare.
When I saw my baby, I was devastated. I find it hard to believe that a toy fell off of a ledge and did all of that to her face with one hit.
And that's what the director of the daycare, Tangela People, says happened. She says 2 children were trying to grab a toy from the shelf when it fell, landing on Mackenzie's face. This is the same story a daycare worker backed up at first. She even wrote a statement on this incident report. Now that same worker says she lied. We're protecting her identity because she's afraid she'll be fired.
I wasn't there. I wasn't there. So I don't really know what happened to the baby. Because I wasn't there. I don't know if the toy hit the baby or what.
Did she tell you you had to go ahead with? Did she tell you had to lie or you would get fired? Or
no, but that she came up with the story, so we went with it.
Mackenzie's parents questioned the story from the very beginning because of the extent of her bruises. I spoke to the director off camera when I first started looking into this. She said Mackenzie's face did not look like this when her father picked her up that day. She said she took pictures of Mackenzie right after the incident happened. I tried to see the pictures, but the director wouldn't show them to me. I went back to the daycare to ask the director about the employee who admitted to lying. She wouldn't answer the door for me, though. I even called her on the phone.
Thanks for calling Touched by an Angel Daycare and Learning Center, where we touch the angels you care about the most.
She still hasn't returned my calls. This is Jonathan Burton with WTOC. This is probably my 5th call to you. According to this original police report, Sharina and Michael didn't want to press charges because they believed the incident was an accident. Now they're saying they're pressing charges to get the truth and to protect other children.
you feel like after looking back at it and thinking about it, that the daycare wasn't fully prepared to take care of all of the kids. They need to do a better job of actually, staffing, or they just need to do a better job because, like we said, that shouldn't happen again. That should never happen to anybody's kid, especially a 13-week-old baby.
This is the worst year we've ever had as far as wet conditions.
Rain has come, and wash the crops away.
You can do that, and you could get down there and get you a drink of water in a minute.
Farming since 1961, McMillan says this is the first time he's ever been afraid of going out of business.
500 acres of cotton, 350 acres of corn, 250 acres of peanuts, and I had 350 acres of wheat and 150 acres of oats.
Most of it destroyed.
Last year, this field, averaged about 1,100 pounds of cotton to the acre, and this year, to be lucky if it averages 500 pounds. It's tough. And it's hard when you've worked the whole year and then don't know where you're going to be able to survive and go the next year.
And other farmers in the county,
well, they're in the same boat I'm in. They don't know what they're going to do.
McMillan joined other members of Hampton County's Farmer Service Agency for an emergency meeting today to sign waivers for those who didn't get to plant some of their crops because of the saturated ground. More than 6,000 acres of crops didn't get planted this year.
Last year we were begging for rain, and this year it's been given to us.
We got too much. Got too much.
No, I'm not racist.
But what if they think
that? But if they think that, I'm sorry that they do think that way. But racism is in Jasper County. It ain't just started because I did that post.
This is the Facebook post. Gregory writes, "It's time for us as a people to remember, united we stand, divided we fall. We should be proud people and become future role models for our children and not let others of a different race raise nor dictate how our children should act nor how they should be. So on June 10th, vote Samuel Gregory." I asked Gregory what he meant by that, and this was his response.
What I meant by that statement was the fact that if you ain't going to vote for my people anymore, then my people need to learn to vote for us until we learn them to understand that we are people too.
Gregory says he's asking all blacks in Jasper County to only vote for blacks this year, no matter what political party they're in.
If you want my vote, then vote for somebody in my race as well. That's all I'm saying. Vote for somebody in my race.
Gregory sat on Jasper County Council up until 2012, and he's now running against fellow Democrat Martin Sauls in the primary.
My opponent's segregated mindset does not represent the citizenry of Jasper County as a whole. I believe his statements were very offensive and appalling.
I thought this man was a good man. I thought he was a good role model for my child.
Samuel Gregory used to teach Shannon Snakes' son. She says Gregory's claims that whites don't vote for blacks is absurd. She says she voted for the sheriff, who's black, the county council chairwoman, who's black, the school board, which is predominantly black, and says she was going to vote for Gregory until this. Some other voters we talked to say Gregory's causing a division that this county simply doesn't need right now.
I don't agree with it, but he's entitled to his opinion. It's up to us as adults to use our common sense. Yeah. It's not about the color. It's about who's doing the job.
And even though he's well aware that some people are calling him a racist, he's not taking this post down.
Everybody may not like what is on my Facebook, but here's a woke up somebody.
In Ridgeland, Jonathan Burton, WTOC News.